All right. Uh, Welcome in, everyone. And I already see there's someone here. Hey, Nicholas. How's it going? Um, so, if I assume that my changes to my audio from last night are still in effect. If that's the case, then during gameplay, I should be perfectly audible, just like last night, which would be ideal. If not, please let me know and I will fix that. Um, Today, we're going to be playing Coconut Mall. Um, as you can tell from the thumbnail, I'm going to be using Birdo. And okay, so here's the thing. I was already planning on playing Coconut Mall today, and I was already planning on using Birdo for Coconut Mall for uh, several weeks. The problem, well, not problem, but coincidence, is that if you're not aware, uh, Wave 4 of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe's DLC was just announced today, and alongside that is the inclusion of Birdo in the game as a DLC character. I was not anticipating this, and in fact, the reason I was going to play as Birdo is because um, Muggs' partner, Chom, it's her birthday today. So I was like, well, I know that Chom really likes listening to the streams. So for her birthday, I might as well play as Birdo, right? And then Birdo is revealed for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on the same day as her birthday, and I was planning on playing as Birdo in stream. It lines up very nicely. Uh, so we're so we're gonna play as Birdo, and it's going to be great, I'm sure. And in fact, let's get that started right now. So yeah, Coconut Mall, um, very popular track in Mario Kart Wii, and if I'm going to be honest, I think it's a tad bit overrated. Like, I get that it's a good track. When I was younger, I absolutely loved it. It was my favorite track in the game for a while, but it has since been overtaken by tracks that I think are just genuinely better. Um, Specifically, like Maple Freeway, Toad's Factory, DK Summit, Rumble Volcano, Moonview Highway, you know, like good tracks. And then there's Coconut Mall, and I think it's a little bit uh, not peak Mario Kart. Like, I think there are better tracks, and while I do like Coconut Mall getting a lot of attention, I think there are also tracks that are more worthy of attention than Coconut Mall, such as, Maple Freeway. Also, just like yesterday, I'm playing with a bike that is normally an outside drift bike, but in this mod, it's an inside drift bike, because everything is an inside drift bike except for karts. Um, so you get to see what the Sugar Scoot would look like if it was an inside drift bike, and it kind of sucks. I'm going to be honest. Sugar Scoot is it like I don't know. Would it be better if it still was outside drift? Probably not. would it be better if it had a better drift stat? Absolutely. This thing kind of like reminds me of the Super Blooper almost, just in terms of how it turns, or maybe even like the Sneakster. But you know, give it a scoot. At some point, I will use every single vehicle, so you will see me use Sneakster and Super Blooper eventually. For now, we're going to race 47 more laps on Coconut Mall. Hopefully, this stream will not be as short as the Luigi Circuit or Mario Circuit streams. Because if I'm being honest, I kind of wished the Mario Circuit stream went on for longer. Mostly just because, like, there are Goombas, and you can hit the Goombas and random items come out, and it's awesome. But whatever, we'll get our fair share of long streams eventually. Once I play more of the shorter courses, and I'll be forced to pick the longer, more difficult courses, where I will definitely be falling off a lot. I just went up the wrong escalator. You can tell that I don't play this. I don't often play this track for more than 3 laps, because normally I have the escalator patterns memorized. I have the escalator patterns memorized usually, and now it won't sync up with every lap it switches because I go faster every lap. While I'm here, I do want to give some of my thoughts on Birdo being in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe now. Or, well, Birdo being in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe eventually, I suppose. That's the more accurate term. I think that it's kind of shocking Birdo wasn't in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe at launch. Like, the original Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U, I mean, fine, I can understand Birdo not being there because a bunch of other, arguably more important characters also weren't in that game. I mean, obviously Bowser Jr., King Boo, Dry Bones, and Dry Bowser being the 4 that were added in 8 Deluxe. But then you have, like, Birdo, who was introduced in the same game or earlier as many of those, like Bowser Jr. and King Boo, introduced in Double Dash alongside Birdo, and then Dry Bones from Mario Kart DS, and Dry Bowser from Wii. And then Birdo just kind of misses out for some reason, and I don't really understand why. And the same thing kind of goes for Diddy Kong, which I think if they're going to add any character to Wave 5, it's going to be Diddy Kong. Like, assuming that we get one character for each 3 remaining waves, 4, 5, and 6, then Diddy Kong would be the obvious choice for Wave 5. Because, like, he's Diddy Kong, been in the same number of games as Birdo because of Tour. So Diddy Kong was in Double Dash, Wii, and Tour, same as Birdo. And Diddy Kong is also, like, I don't know if he's necessarily a fan favorite, but, like, he's definitely beloved by fans, I would say, right? I don't think that's wrong. you know. You know what I just realized? I've just been sitting on the starting soon screen this whole time, and I haven't actually gotten any of the footage of what I was doing this whole time. Um, that's a little embarrassing. Um, okay. So I think, okay, here's what I'm gonna do. Here's what I'm gonna do. Uh, uh, um, I, okay. Hello, Jack. So I just played a bit of Coconut Mall where there was no visuals and only the audio over the starting soon screen. Um, what do you think? Uh, should I start over? I oh god. Well, hey, I'm still new to this. There's bound to be errors, but like that, that hasn't happened before. First time for everything, I guess. I'm going to I'm going to start the race over, and we're going to have a proper start to finish race while I ramble about characters and Birdo being added to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Oh my god, I can't believe I can't believe I was just sitting here just talking with oh my god. Okay. Anyway, we're on Coconut Mall and we're going to play Coconut Mall. And this time you're actually going to see me play Coconut Mall as opposed to just hearing me play Coconut Mall. While I, of course, go up the wrong escalator because uh, now you can see me. And the last time you only knew I went up the wrong escalator because I said I went up the wrong escalator. No, it's fine to say that you noticed, Jack. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not. I'm not upset. I am a little embarrassed. But now I get to play more Coconut Mall, which I said at the beginning of the stream I find a bit overrated. But like more Mario Kart, am I right? Anyway, what I was saying earlier was that I think if they're going to add another character in Wave 5, which I believe there's been confirmation that that's at least a thing that's going to happen, I believe it's going to be Diddy Kong. We have Birdo because uh, Birdo's a popular-ish character, or I guess important adjacent character, and Diddy Kong is very similar to Birdo in a lot of ways in terms of what Mario Kart games he was in and uh, his stance on not being in Mario Kart 8 or 8 Deluxe. So I think that's the most likely thing that's going to happen. And if I were to wager a guess, uh, if I were to wager a guess, I'd say that if Diddy Kong is added, then GBA Riverside Park would also be added in the same game. That is my theory. Or maybe, actually, not GBA Riverside Park. What am I thinking? DK Mountain. It'd be DK Mountain from Double Dash, obviously. I think it would be cool if they added Funky Kong, but I'm going to be honest, I think there are other characters that I think are probably more likely to be added by Nintendo. Yeah, Diddy Kong is likely, and I think that if they're only adding one new character per wave, which I'd be a little upset about, but I would understand. If they're only adding one new character per wave, then I think if Diddy Kong gets in, Funky Kong won't. Just because it would be like, oh wow, you added Birdo and then two monkeys. Whereas a character like Petey Piranha, for example, would be received much better if it was like Birdo, Diddy Kong, Petey. And actually, they're all from Double Dash, so, you know. I also mentioned that the Sugar Scoot kind of reminds me of the Super Blooper and the Sneakster in terms of its drift, in that it's like not as good as you'd want it to be, especially because now it's an inside drift bike. But of course, I don't want to play it on outside. I want to play it on inside because inside drift is fun. Not to say that outside drift is not fun, because it is fun. Outside drift bikes in Mario Kart Wii are not fun, and outside drift karts are. And I will continuously get destroyed for 43 laps, or 44 more laps, because I'm not through the seventh one. Probably should have just let that blue shell explode on me, but whatever. Nothing like going down the escalator. Now, with all of what I've said in mind about Birdo being added to 8 Deluxe and how I'm kind of shocked she isn't, well, she wasn't already in 8 Deluxe, like from the beginning. I think it's very well. I'm very very happy that uh, Birdo is in the game now because if people do not know this somehow, Birdo is a transgender character, and as a trans person myself, I find that to be very important because it's like actual representation in some form. Granted, the way Birdo was handled uh, throughout the years has historically not been the greatest, but um, if you're looking at the Mario series and you're thinking about trans characters, uh, Birdo's definitely been handled better now. And there's really only the Birdo's really the only trans character in the Mario series that has any sort of staying power. The only other character I can think of that is like definitely trans is Vivian from the Thousand Year Door, where she was only in that game and has basically never made a reappearance, which sucks. You could argue Yoshi is also probably a trans character since he lays eggs. I would probably agree with you, but it's vague enough people can make an argument that he's not trans, I guess. Hi, Dry Bones. I am also glad we got a new character. I didn't think. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't know well, I didn't think that we would get any new characters in the Booster Course Pass at all. Because, like, Booster Course Pass, yeah, it's DLC, but I thought it was just going to be courses. As opposed to Mario Kart 8 U's DLC, which was very much so advertised as having courses and characters and vehicles. Maybe I should have seen it coming when Wave 3 introduced custom items, but like back during the time of Wave 2 or Wave 1, I had no idea. And I'm so glad Birdo is here now. Well, here in quotations. Again, she's not in the game yet. She will be eventually. Yeah, so in the original manual for Super Mario Bros. 2, where Birdo was introduced, um, she is described in a uh, very 80s misinterpretation of what trans people are, which looking back is can be read and thought of as being a little yikes. But at the time, like she was unequivocally a trans character. That's what she represented. Yeah, that's really not a thing Mario games do. Like Super Mario Party got updated, and I think Mario Party Superstars has surely it's gotten updates of some kind. I don't know if Mario Party Superstars has gotten any content updates, and I don't know the extent of Super Mario Party's updates. But like with those games, for example, uh, it's not like you get a new DLC character in Mario Party. And in fact, the whole getting a DLC character in Mario Kart thing is a very new concept. It happened with a couple characters in Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U, and technically it happens all the time in Mario Kart Tour with a new character basically every tour. But, it's not something you would have expected from Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I mean, especially like DLC for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, especially now, is just such a weird concept. I still stand by the fact that this game, well, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, should not have gotten DLC. It's turning 6 in April. Like, we don't need DLC for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has had its chance, but, whatever. If it's getting DLC, it might as well have characters in it too. Also, I'm very surprised at how bunched up the CPUs and I are. Normally, by this point, they'd be a lot more spread out. I guess Coconut Mall just has some property that makes the CPUs not wander far from each other. I don't know, I guess we'll see later in the race. And this time we'll actually see, because because I turned on the gameplay as opposed to just leaving it on the starting soon screen. Okay, thank you, Triple Blue Shell. I guess, but even then, I'd be lapping them. I don't think I have been. I don't know. I can see when Toadette crosses the finish line. Dude, those cars will screw you over in every game. I'm good at this game. I swear, I swear I'm good at this game. Okay, bye Pow Block. Bye red shells, hi blue shell. Did the lightning send me higher than normal? That's weird. Oh yeah, definitely fair. I love getting I love getting golden mushrooms in first. That's totally fair and balanced. Like the whole idea is random items, so I understand. Yes, take away my power block. Thank you, blue shell. No, honestly, I would have preferred if a power block took away a blue shell that I had, rather than the other way around. Yeah, so I definitely haven't lapped the CPUs yet, or at the very least, I haven't lapped second. I guess everyone's been getting coconut mold. Get out of here. Oh, speaking of golden mushrooms, by the way, more golden mushrooms. God. You'd want to hold on to a mushroom or something so you can dodge the blue shells. Or you just can't hold on to items in this mode at all. I said this in the Luigi Circuit stream, and uh, it was not very audible in that stream. But um, yeah, you do kind of have to spam your items when going up against the CPUs, since that's exactly what they do. It's a very use it or lose it situation. Golden mushrooms are indeed very useful to dodge blue shells. In this game, it doesn't matter how fast you're going. If a mushroom boost occurs in the right time frame, then you dodge the blue shell. I don't know if that's how it works in, say, Mario Kart 8, for example, but that's how it works here. And it means golden mushrooms are just, free blue shell dodges. Just bullet. Give me the bullet. Of course, I don't get the shock dodge, but I do get the Mega Thundercloud. Yeah, I can see that. Can't beat 'em, join 'em. And in this case, you have to join in the CPU's item spam fun. Invincibility items are so good in this mode, just generally. I mean, they're good already, but man, just being able to link up a bunch of stars into megas, into bullets, into stars, just so many dodges of lightning, of blue shells, of power blocks, of red shells, works wonders. And of course, once I'm no longer using a golden, I think I was using a golden. My memory sucks. The blue shells start arriving. If I had like a double golden or a triple golden, I probably would have dodged all those. But alas, to no avail. Thank you, instantly respawning item boxes. Oh my god. There are so many blue shells in this mode. It feels inescapable at times. Of course, I get mushrooms when I'm no longer in first, having to dodge blue shells. Was that the wrong escalator or turning into the wrong escalator? I don't know. Let's go up this way. That was definitely the wrong escalator. Donkey Kong passes me and then immediately gets blued. It's a tale as old as time, honestly. About these cars. Dude, I can't wait to like rewatch some of the footage on this and just see 10 minutes of me on the starting soon screen, just sitting there talking to myself with nothing happening. I still apologize for that, by the way. I'm bound to make mistakes because I'm an amateur, but even still. Wow. Pow dodge on the smallest bit of air possible. Oh my god. Oh, I don't actually know what episode you're talking about. Oh, I. Oh no, I don't get the reference. I can't make jokes about it. No. It is the worst thing in the world. God. Dude, the Sugar Scoot just actually kind of sucks as an inside drift vehicle, I'm gonna be honest. Well, at least I can specifically choose which escalator to go on now. Sailor Mouth. I remember that episode, but I don't remember this specific part you're talking about. If I remember correctly, I think I heard at one point that the voice actors were like, "Yeah, when we were doing Sailor Mouth, uh, we had to actually swear so that uh, the editors knew when to bleep stuff because like that's the point of the episode." And it just kind of makes you think like, oh my god, the SpongeBob characters like swore in character. Middle of the episode, that's probably why I don't remember it. Uh, just because of like uh, you're biased to the first thing you hear and also the most recent thing you hear. This is a thing in like performances. You either want to be the first person or the last person to perform if you're doing like impressing the judges, since those are the two performances that will be remembered best. I'm I mean maybe I am not infallible, so I could be misremembering. But if I remember correctly, they did like actually swear in the studio, and that's how they were able to figure out where to bleep stuff. Oh my god, how many blue shells was that? How many? Even ignoring the two that I dodged, was that like four blue shells, and I dodged two for six? Oh my god, dude, there's so many blue shells. Oh, and of course they come back. Yeah, exactly. The only thing that could have made it more coconut malt is if I hit the cars too. I just clipped through that wall. Uh, oh, I only get to use one bullet, I guess. And I also got to be a spinning bullet. Ooh. Oh, there we go. Blue shell on the escalator means uh, if you're on the wrong escalator, then you can take the other one. I want to go up there. I want to go over here because bullet. No, I missed my bullet. Okay, get rid of my blue shell for me. Thank you. And I get blue shells for getting rid of my own blue shell. Mario's right there? Oh my god. Um, so I'm not going to lie, I do get a bit nervous before and during the stream, and honestly a little bit after too. But it's mostly just because I'm new to it. I think um, if you're able to overcome like that first mental barrier of like, oh my goodness, I'm streaming, this is so weird, sort of thing, then you're kind of able to like go into this separate mode where you can just focus on like talking and not on the fact that you are streaming. That's how it is for me anyway. Like a lot of the things I thought would maybe potentially hold me back, like um, my voice, for instance, I kind of stopped thinking about it once I get into the right headspace. It's weird because like this isn't a thing I was able to do uh, like 2, 3 years ago, and yet here I am doing it now. I think if I didn't have any viewers, I would be talking a lot less, or my actual like thoughts would be much more scattered and random. Honestly, the having the viewer having like a bunch of viewers isn't super important to me. Uh, like I'm not doing this to like be a YouTuber, I guess. I'm doing this because I want to. I don't know if I'm really making sense, but most of the differences that to me that come from having a viewer and not having a viewer is like my thoughts are just all over the place when there's no one there I feel like I'm having a conversation with, you know? Like you do kind of peel back the layers and are like, oh, what's going on inside UDC's head? And it's a bunch of scatterbrain nonsense. Yeah, well, uh, I think that's probably the best answer to have. Like if you're streaming because you feel you're obligated to, uh, that's totally valid. But like it's it also kind of feels like well, if you feel like you're obligated to do this, it you may need to like take a step back in some of your free time and kind of examine like, so why am I doing this? If not out of obligation, then I don't think anyone except for like people who have made it their career or are trying to make it their career, have like an obligation to do anything like that unless that like if you want to better yourself as a person, if you want to do the thing, if it's your livelihood, obviously you do that. But it's just like I have no passion, I have no care. There's nothing here for me that's of any substance whatsoever. Then it feels a little like, well, maybe you should try doing something else. I don't know. It might be privileged of me to say that because I'm in a position where I can afford to do things other than stream. But also streaming itself is like somewhat privileged to do. I again, like my thoughts are all over the place. This is kind of peeling back to the layers sort of thing. Maybe I'm maybe I'm just talking out of my butt here. I have absolutely zero experience, and everything I say regarding careers and streaming and all of that should be taken with a grain of salt because I have no idea what I'm talking about. Uh, my expertise lies in the things I am actually knowledgeable in. I can understand that. If you don't have the free time, then it's really hard to pursue the things you want, which really sucks. I do hope that you're able to pursue what you do want in the future, Jack. I think that everyone should have the ability to pursue what they want without the fear of it, eating into their livelihood or anything. It is kind of interesting that we're talking about like what it means to stream. Meanwhile, Birdo is just getting absolutely destroyed by items on Coconut Mall. Like the the disconnect is palpable to me, and we're already on lap 40. Half an hour into the actual race and not the fake one at the beginning of the stream. I do hope that uh, Chom is able to watch this later. Uh, I will. I consider this my birthday present to her since I'm playing as Birdo. I mentioned it to Mugs last night on stream, but like I just wanted to do this because I don't know. I mean, like I'm gonna be playing it eventually, uh, and if I'm able to make another person happy, then that's really what I want to do. That being said, makes me wonder what I should be doing for my girlfriend's birthday when that eventually comes up. And I don't think I'm going to theorycraft that because uh, I DM'd her this stream. I'm going to keep things a secret. I suppose though, like I by virtue of being a different person, you will get different takes and different viewpoints from me. And also, I don't play like other people in the game either, so the background footage is different too. Oh god. That was a close one with that blue. And that one's not close at all. I mean, it is close, closer than it should have gotten, and it means that I explode. There we go. I almost got bulleted, but I didn't live. Goodbye, Feather. Let's go. Ah, no, stop. Too many blues. Alright, final 5 laps. I'm really getting coconut mauled here, aren't I? Welcome in, Jonathan, and indeed she is. I'm very excited. I did not, like I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, I didn't initially plan on having on playing Birdo on the day that Birdo is revealed for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, but um, that's how it happened. Honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way, especially because this is something for Chom. So Chom is going to have a lot of Birdo content to experience today. God. I love getting directly hit with the random green shell. And I also love how the Sugar Scoot has a terrible drift stat. Welcome in, Zay. We're doing the final 4 laps of Coconut Mall here as I get continuously blue shelled over and over and over again. Oh my god. I can't dodge as many blue shells. I had 2 mushrooms, but those 2 blues were just too close together. There's nothing I can do. Oh my god. I don't mind the lower speed though, it makes it easier to do all these turns. Oh my god. Explosion, explosion. Yes, I'm also very excited for the Splatoon 3 DLC. I, as many others have been, I've been theorizing what it was going to be for a while now, and a lot of people thought that it was going to be like, oh, well, obviously we're going to get a new playable species, like we did with the Octo expansion of Splatoon 2, right? And the fact that it's not that, and it's 2 different things, I think kind of makes it better in a way. I'm particularly excited for Wave 2 of Splatoon 3's DLC. I don't have anything against, I don't have anything against Inkopolis Plaza. I get that Splatoon 1 is a very good game as well. But I have no nostalgia for Splatoon 1 because I never owned it. And I don't think I ever will because our Wii U is broken, so I can't play it. But uh, Wave 2, seemingly taking place um, in Inkopolis Square, with which is where Splatoon 2 uh, was located, it holds a lot more of a place for me in my memory because I started playing Splatoon with Splatoon 2. And also the fact that it's themed around Order, the team that lost the final Splatfest in Splatoon 2, I think is also very cool. Uh, Definitely because I like equal representation for things, and definitely not because I was on Team Order in Splatoon 2. Triple feathers. Okay, fine. There we go. And that's Coconut Mall. 3837. You'll notice if you go down to how long I've been streaming, it's much longer than that. And that's because at the very beginning, I had a mishap. But it's fine. We got through it. Everything's everything's okay. I just realized that I didn't unmute the audio, so I was just watching a race of Coconut Mall with just my voice. But it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'm fine. Anyway, anyway, um, that's where I'm going to leave off the stream. I've had enough mishaps that I'm not going to redo Coconut Mall again. Um, you'll see Coconut Mall on the channel again. If you have read my list, which I put in my community tab, you can look at all the courses I'm going to play, and one of those is a edit of Coconut Mall to make everything reversed, Coconut Mall R, as well as other tracks being reversed as well. So you will see Coconut Mall and Birdo on the channel again. Don't worry. Um, you'll get to hear Coconut Mall's music and watch it at the same time. Um, anyway, that being said, I'm very happy Birdo is coming to Mario Kart Deluxe, and I'm very happy that we got the news that we did in the Nintendo Direct today. And also, happy birthday, Chom. I hope you enjoy listening to my voice over just the video of me racing around Coconut Mall for 50 laps. With that being said, take care and bye bye.